Hello, my name is Tegan and this is my story of how I fell pregnant at the age of 15. I grew up in Collie, which is in Western Australia. Went to Collie Senior High School. I had a crush on a guy called Dean. We started dating. I was about the age of 13, I'm pretty sure. We dated for about 2 years. So later down the track, Dean eventually obviously wanted to have sex, you know. I wasn't really comfortable having sex at such a young age, but because obviously I loved Dean and I thought if I didn't have sex with him, he would leave. So yeah, we had sex and then it just continued to happen. I got back from school and I was watching Pretty Little Liars and I remember cramping in my left side and it didn't feel like a period cramp, and normally I would bloat, but I was getting really skinny and I was thinking, what is this? And I remember thinking, could I be pregnant? Like I didn't know what it was like to feel pregnant, but something in me felt different. And I remember messaging Dean and I said, hey, I think I'm pregnant. And he was like, okay, well, I'll come down and we'll get a test. So we went to the shop, I took a pregnancy test, I looked at the stick, no lines popped up and I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I walked out and I went to show Dean, and as I showed him, the second line popped up and he was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm not. It said negative. And he was like, yeah, you're pregnant, there's 2 lines. And I looked and I think we were both pretty shocked. And after that, I saw that he started getting a bit uncomfortable and down. And he said, he came to me and he was like, I don't want a baby yet. I just want to, you know, live my life, and I don't think I could be committed to having a baby. So anyway, I got up the courage to tell my mum. I remember we were all sitting on the couch and my sister, just before I was gonna tell my mum, was like, what's up with everyone falling pregnant at a young age? And my mum was like, if any of you girls fell pregnant at a young age, I'm kicking you out. And I was like, oh crap. Dean went home to tell his mum. His mum rang my mum and told my mum. My mum came into my room and she sat next to me and she said, you've got 3 options: abortion, adoption, or keep. And I immediately said, keep. I really want to keep my baby. This is my baby. My mum was pretty calm about it. She was obviously upset because I was young, but she said we can do this together. I felt judged by others when my bump grew because obviously I was 15. People were like, what the heck? I had a lot of girls going, why don't you abort? Who's the dad? And stuff like that. And that really made me angry, but I eventually thought that's not my problem. I shouldn't dwell on that. This is my life, my pregnancy, and I was happy. Dean, on the other hand, he wanted to get an abortion, but it wasn't in me. I couldn't. As much as I loved him and it was hard to choose, I stood firm with, no matter what, I'm not killing this baby, whether it's you having to leave or whether you wanted to stay, I'm keeping this baby. And I guess he just went off and discovered what he wanted to do. He realized he definitely didn't want a baby, and I was like, I found that hard to take for a little bit, but then eventually I thought it was better to not fight and let it happen, and I was happy. I was happy with my life. When I first saw Azalea, it didn't feel real. I was looking at her and I was like, is this really mine? Is she my baby? Like, do I get to keep her? It didn't feel real. And I remember just holding her and looking at her whimpering and trying to open her eyes, and I thought, I made this. This is my best friend. For everyone who has gone through, who is going through, who might be going through teenage pregnancy, especially at such a young age, I just want to let you know that you are not alone, and that there's so many people out there who want to help and who care for you. And I just want to let you know that it's your choice. If you want to keep your baby, you keep it. No matter what anyone says, that's your body, your baby. If you want to give your baby life, give your baby life. Who knows? that baby could save your life in some way. It's not the end of the world. If anything, it just brings more spice into your life. I think if I didn't make the decisions I did back then, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I've never been happier.